What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking you through a 7-day adventure through Utah. We're going to be hitting some very iconic locations and some hidden gems. We're super excited to do this trip. This trip actually started 2 days ago in Washington State. I drove through Washington, Oregon, and Idaho to get here. I actually met my cousin this morning in Salt Lake City at the airport, picked him up, and then we burned our way down to Moab. We're actually just north of Moab. We're going to do 2 days kind of driving through, hitting different trails. Then we're hitting central Utah and then kind of heading a little bit more east and hitting some really cool hidden locations there, some real hidden gems. So we're super excited about this trip, and we're super excited to take you along on this journey with us. So if you guys are interested in any of these locations that we visited on this trip, check out the description below. I'll leave a link in there to where you can find this trip report. We're pretty hungry though right now, so we're going to start making some food and get set up for tonight.
So after dinner, we made our way down to the river for a quick fish before sunset. In the evening, we discussed our trip plans and also reminisced by the fire. It'd be a long day on the trail, so we made sure to get up bright and early and fuel up. After a couple cups of coffee, we decided it was time to air down and hit the trail.
All right, so it's day 2 on the trail. This is gonna be a long trail day. We're going out to an epic lookout spot. The trail has been torn up pretty badly in the last couple of years, so they do recommend that you have 35s and lockers to get up to the top now. We have 33s and A-track, but and also a heavy and super overloaded vehicle, but we're still gonna attempt to do it. I got a good spotter here, and he's also a mechanic, so if anything goes wrong, he'll be replacing the CV. Hopefully not though. But yeah, super pumped on this trail, and definitely stoked to hopefully make it to the top. We'll see what happens.
To your driver's bit, driver's side bit. Straighten out. Straighten out. There you go, a little bit passenger. Yep. Give it more passenger.
On our way up to the top, we ended up joining up with a convoy, a nice couple from Texas in their Jeep Wrangler, and Brian and Rob in their 80 series Land Cruiser on 37s. These guys set a great pace, and before we knew it, we were at the top. And just look at that view. On our way down, we definitely hit every single skid plate on the vehicle. We found that on our way up, it was easy to pick the perfect line, but on our way down, it was difficult to see over the rock ledges. Eventually, we made our way off the trail, and we were on our way to our next campsite, but things wouldn't go the way we wanted them to. We ended up high-centered on a rock obstacle that we just could not pass. So we set up camp nearby. At this point, we've been on the trail for a good 8 hours, so we were definitely hungry and a little tired. So we made ourselves a good hearty meal. We had a few drinks by the fire, and before you know it, it was lights out. So in the morning, it was back to the drawing board. We used Gaia GPS to figure out an alternate route. Unfortunately though, this would add a lot of miles, and we only had a half a tank of gas left. We didn't want to go back into town, so we used our backup fuel stores to restock. This enabled us to hit all of our objectives and stay on the trail.
Almost there.
So after backtracking and a brief yet scenic detour, we found ourselves back on our originally planned route. This was one of the areas we did not want to miss, and when we saw it, all we could say was wow. The breathtaking red rock landscape that surrounds the stunning location left us in awe. We slowly snaked our way along the massive canyon walls which towered above our heads. There were many creek crossings and plenty of tall pillars of rock which stretched up into the sky. The green foliage contrasted nicely with the deep, rich red. This was definitely one of those locations that left you wanting more, but it also made us question, what else does Utah have to offer? And could it compare to this? found ourselves climbing higher and higher till eventually we were out of the dry desert and into a green forest. Eventually we decided to step out of the vehicle and stretch our legs. We did a small walk down a little hiking trail, and we stumbled across dinosaur tracks. These theropod dinosaur tracks are dated to the Jurassic period, about 200 million years ago, when the area was a shallow sea. We eventually descended from the mountains back down into the valley below. We were in desperate need of fuel at this point, but we just couldn't help but stop and check out some of these beautiful landscapes. We quickly fueled up, and before we knew it, we were back on the trail. We were ascending another canyon. We didn't know what to expect with this canyon, but as we ascended higher and higher, the views just got better and better. Eventually the sun started to set, and that golden light kissed the tops of the canyon walls with a brilliant orange glow. As the sun dipped below the horizon, we quickly rushed off to our campsite for the night. We knew it was going to be a scenic location, but we were not expecting it to be this beautiful. And what a beautiful place to end a long day on the trail. Sunset was pretty nice, but sunrise from this location would be absolutely epic.
We are making our way west now. Yesterday was an awesome day on the trail. We saw so much. It was absolutely beautiful and epic. The whole time we were basically in awe. It was a long day though, because we did hit that dead end the day before after doing Top of the World. Just a washout with huge rock ledges that we couldn't make it up. So we had to backtrack and come back around and then hit the trail. But we did an awesome loop, super epic. Now we're heading west. We're going out to a really cool location. It is a Mars research station. Basically, the research station is designed to test what it would be like to live on Mars. So it's a Mars desert research station. We're gonna go see what it's like. Hopefully the trail out there is pretty good and we can get pretty close to it. I know it is kind of guarded and gated and might be some security out there, but we'll try to observe it from a distance and see what it's like. So we're super pumped on that. Then we're gonna do a whole bunch of trails in that area. Just a lot of really cool monuments and landscapes. So super pumped. Are you pumped?
Yep.
You look pumped. Super pumped. You're super pumped.
Definitely see why they picked this location for the Mars research station. As we drove out, the landscape started to transform and resembled more of a Martian surface or otherworldly location. right, so there's a lot of signs that say we can't fly the drone in there, and this is basically as far as we can go. So what we're gonna do is take the zoom lens and go up on that ridge over there and see if we can zoom right in and kind of get a good peek at this research station. All right, so I'm just getting up to do a little walk to a rock monument. It's about 5 a.m. It's about a 30-minute walk. I'm gonna walk down there and check it out. It's this big pillar kind of in the middle of a canyon, so super excited to see what it's like. All right, we've been in this area for the last 2 days. We had a plan to jump on another overland trail and just give her and try to see as much as we could on that trail. But this whole area is absolutely beautiful. Last night we stayed with this beautiful mountain in the background, just had incredible light, and we've been finding all kinds of neat treasures on the ground. Apparently this area used to be an ancient ocean bed. It's strange to think that we're at like 5,000 feet, but there was an ocean here at some point. There's dinosaur bones, there's all kinds of stuff that would be in the ocean and petrified wood. We actually found some neat shells. I managed to find a very large piece of petrified wood, which is super neat. Definitely gonna take this home, maybe give it to my son. I think he'd love something like this. And then we found some really neat rocks as well. So we've just kind of been spending our time just enjoying what's in this area because there's so much to see. So we're gonna modify our overland plan or our route and create a new one because all this stuff is super epic, super scenic, and there's all kinds of neat little treasures on the ground. And look what else we found while looking for treasures on the ground. And this is why rooftop tents reign supreme.
Blinds, how to reach for the city lights.
So this vast open area was the perfect spot to get peace, relaxation, and sunshine. As we sat by the fire on this particular night, we talked about all the amazing experiences and incredible viewpoints we had experienced on this trip. It was also a fantastic place to stargaze as there was absolutely no light pollution. And check out that Milky Way. And the next morning we were treated to a beautiful sunrise over this otherworldly location, and this would be one of our last.
I think it's time for me to go burn all bridges.
We were now slowly making our way back to Salt Lake City, but we were taking the scenic route.
Fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
Utah honestly provided us with so many unique experiences, so many diverse landscapes, so many amazing trails. We were there for 7 days, but we feel like we didn't even scratch the surface. There's still so much to see, and we will definitely be coming back.
So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes.
Leaving is bittersweet, but it is time that we get back to our families. This trip to Utah will leave memories that will last a lifetime.
So rebellious, just falling